President Obama heading to Minneapolis right now. He will push there for new gun control measures. The president wants a ban on assault weapons and universal background checks, but his proposals face a lot of resistance on Capitol Hill, with some lawmakers and the National Rifle Association opposing the plans to change the country's gun laws. Let's talk about it with David Drucker, the associate politics editor at Roll Call. It appears the White House, David, has decided that if you can't get action from Congress on this issue, they're going to try to go over Congress's heads, go straight to the American people, and continue some kind of a PR campaign, right?
Yep, and that's what presidents, John, normally do, especially after a second-term victory. They usually, of both parties, tend to come to the conclusion, rightly or wrongly, that talking to Congress is a big waste of time. I'm going to continue the campaign, especially without the pressure of worrying about poll numbers, because I'm not actually running for re-election anymore. I still think at the end of the day that it won't be about pressure from the public unless you see a real sea change on guns. It'll really be more about two things. One, can the president get resistant Senate Democrats to support his agenda for more gun regulations? Two, can he get some support from House Republicans? And I think on both counts, it's iffy whether he'll be able to achieve some results. Particularly with the more stringent proposals that he's after, like an assault weapons ban. On more background checks, that's where some consensus might develop.
Yeah, typically when the president butts heads with Congress, he likes to blame congressional Republicans, meaning on the House side, for, failure to push forward his legislative agenda, or one that he likes. But in this case, as you point out, he's got just as many problems with Democrats.
That's true, and look, there's nothing wrong with a Democratic president blaming Republicans for things. That's the way politics works. And often it will be House Republicans that are putting the brakes on his agenda over the next 2 years, because they have the majority there and they have the ability to do that, and I'm sure they'll use that ability. But in this case, the Second Amendment and gun rights have become such an ingrained part of the American culture, at least until now, that after the 2000 presidential election, Democrats pretty much gave up on the idea politically of more gun control. It was a losing proposition for them. So, if you can't beat them, join them. They joined with Republicans, and support for the Second Amendment and for gun rights has been strong on both sides of the aisle, including with Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, the top Democrat in the Senate. So, again, the key is going to be, given some of the events over the last year and this push from the White House, will the president be able to convince senators like Reid, like Mark Pryor from Arkansas, like Mary Landrieu from Louisiana, etc., to go along with the kinds of gun regulations they have not supported in the past? And then once that happens, can he create pressure among House Republicans? Again, I think where he might be able to get something done is with an expanded type of background check. Banning assault weapons I just see as a non-starter completely.
All right, David Drucker from Roll Call. David, good to have you on. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.